traders. Thanks for joining me. We're looking at a downtrend this morning, and it has been developing since 2 days ago. And remember, yesterday I was thinking that it was downtrending, but it kind of went up. It ended the day lower, though, and continued to drop overnight. So, anyway, it's just nice to be right sometimes, even though it didn't look like it at the time. Anyway, okay. All right. So we're waiting for a good opportunity to get into a negative position here. And so basically what I'm looking for is it going up probably to this gold line, and then I'll get in there and then it'll drop some more is what I'm thinking. And the MACD is really, really low. So this is, I do want to do a short, but it's not good. All right, so since we're trading the MES, I went back to the 1,000-tick chart here. It's moving a little bit slower, and I don't know, maybe that would help me out a little bit is what I was thinking. Okay, we kind of hit a floor there, and maybe we've gone up a little bit. Just didn't get up very far, though. So I went ahead and got into a short just right there, which is, pretty low, and maybe not the best place to get in. But it just did not seem to want to be going up. It's not opening bell quite yet. All right, so we're looking at the 1-hour chart, which is right here, and I readjusted the Fibonacci lines to kind of see how far it might drop. And it's interesting to see that there's a number of support levels here. The first one that we can kind of see is this pink dotted line, which is exactly where we are. And I can kind of see, looking back in history, that's probably why we're hesitating right there. However, I still don't think that's just the best support. We've got one here at 5108. Well, let's say we'll round it up a little bit. And we've got one here at 5101 or 102. And then we've got this one way down here at 5094. So those are our three main support levels that we're looking at possibly hitting today. It looks like we've broken through that resistance level there, or support, I should say. When I'm in a short, I tend to think backwards. But all right, so the opening bell happened, and it had gone up a bit, but it immediately started to drop as soon as that opening bell came. And so, because it kind of hesitated there for about 3 candles, I went ahead and put in a limit order. And, oops, is that what I did? Yes. Okay, so I got out at that point and kind of wish that I hadn't. I wished I had hung on a little bit longer. And so I went ahead and got into another short, and I think that one was jumping the gun for sure. The MACD is definitely looking like it's tipping up, and that was just premature. That was not a good call. But that downtrend will pull me through, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we're waiting for it to drop past this point, and it's just kind of not wanting to go there. Okay, a little bit there. It might bounce off of this point right here, which is the lowest point it's been today. And it did, but I didn't quite get out in time. So I'm just kind of waiting. Okay, then it dropped back down to that point again, and I missed it again. And here I finally went ahead and put in my order and decided I'm just going to get out at that point. I don't want to wade through another uptrend, and that was a pretty good call. All right, so I got out. My second trade, I actually made some money there too. And I'm kind of waiting for it to go up. And it kind of went up a little bit, and then it kind of hesitated and went up a little bit further. And then I was expecting it to hit this gold SMA and drop down. So I kind of put in my order below that a little bit. And also, it kind of happened pretty fast. I didn't catch the screenshot, but it did kind of hesitate at that point. It looked like maybe it was going to, drop back down again. So I went ahead and did a short, and then it had this big green candle that shot up, which is like, oh, shoot, I should have waited just a little bit longer. But I'm not, again, too worried because we're already losing momentum, and there's red candles, and here we go. We've kind of hit that resistance level up here again. and then it broke through. And it went up to this resistance level. It's like, okay, I pretty much lost all my profits this morning, but I still think it's going to carry me through. MACDs are not looking too good on the longer term charts here. This is 15 and 1 hour. So that's a lot longer. The shorter term is not too bad. And it broke through that resistance level as well. I was like, okay, well, the next one up there is, painfully high, but I still think it'll drop. Well, at that point, it started to kind of fizzle. And we can see the MACD is super high. RSI is really high. It does look like it's going to drop from this point, and it didn't quite get up to that point. So I wasn't too worried. And it dropped, and dropped, and dropped some more. And now I'm back down to where pretty much I'd gotten in, which is a shame. And then I was kind of desperate to get out at that point right there because that was my goal for the day, actually. And it didn't want to take my order for the longest time. And then it finally did. So I ended the day, 3 trades. Each of them were profitable. And I actually ended up making about $36.50 for the day. And I was only aiming to make 26. So I was very happy that I had reached my goal in just under an hour of trading. And I did my 2.1%, which is pretty close to what I needed to do. And so there we go.